With what shall I come before the Lord, and bow myself before God on high? Shall I come before him with burnt offerings, with calves a year old? Will the Lord be pleased with thousands of rams, with tens of thousands of rivers of oil? Shall I give my firstborn for my transgression, the fruit of my body for the sin of my soul? He has told you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you, but to do justice, and to love kindness, and to walk humbly with your God?
We continue. We're going to use our theme song, Ever Walk With Me, Lord, and talk about the year that we've just had. So we'll begin with the chorus in verse 1.
Night and day a rejoicing, with kindness the harmony, justice the beat. You've turned my footsteps to dancing. Oh, ever walk with me, Lord. How can I come? Glorious feast could I offer? What songs of majesty sing? Lift this heart of sadness into gladness by your peace. For I can come before you, you come to me. Kindness, the harmony, justice, the beat. You turn my footsteps to dancing. Oh, ever walk with me, Lord.
As another year ends, I believe we all can agree that God has indeed once more walked with us. TLU continues to be a place where the Word made flesh appears, bringing joy, transformation, and making all things new. And it happens here not because we're all that, but because God is all that, although we are a pretty cool place. Our theme verse from Micah this year, the people are seeking how to get right with God. So they ask, what can we do? Burnt offerings, calves, rams, rivers of oil. They even offer up their firstborn. God responds, no, it's not like that. Just be in relationship with me, with each other. Give up your grand notions and walk humbly. Just walk with me. Ever walk with me. Treat each other with kindness. See yourself in each other. And do the right thing. And the only reason we can walk with God is because God descends. We're not called to climb some holy mountain to find God, to somehow transcend our humanity, but rather to find God in our humanity. Humbly, in relationship. With the God of grace who comes to us, the God who is fleshed out in this community of faith and learning, fleshed out in a way that makes all the difference.
Ever walk with me, Lord, each night and day. Kindness, the harmony, justice, the beat. You've turned my footsteps to dancing. Oh, ever walk with me, Lord. shepherd me. Ever walk with me, Lord, each night and day of rejoicing, with kindness, the harmony, justice, the peace. You turn my footsteps to dancing. Oh, ever walk with me, Lord.
The second verse reminds me that God has changed the way that we walk. In our life together here in this place, hearts are stirred and desires changed. Year after year, I witness people move from selfish and aimless desires that have become burdens of stress, desires that drain us until we are empty, desires that lead us away from the joy of purpose. Year after year, I witness people move away from such desires and step into the kingdom, a way of life that is very different, a kingdom where the harmony of kindness gives voices depth and a richness of diversity, a kingdom where the beat of justice captures the beat of the heart, producing a passion that cannot be quenched, a new desire to seek after the truth, do something real and lasting. A kingdom filled with a peace that both guides us and shapes us, while guarding our hearts and minds in a way that passes all understanding. A kingdom, a way that turns ordinary footsteps into joyous dancing. Yes, God has changed the way we walk, the reason we walk. Led by the shepherds of this place, each of us shepherds in our own way, teaching, mentoring, befriending, sharing, each of us following the Good Shepherd as we have been called to do.
Ever walk with me, Lord, each night and day of rejoicing, with kindness, the harmony, justice, the peace. You turn my footsteps to dancing. Oh, ever walk with me, Lord. Million voices surround me. How can I hear when you call? When at last grace has found me, will I recognize it at all? Lift this song of sadness into gladness at your feet. To hear your voices calling, come walk with me. Ever walk with me, Lord, each night and day of rejoicing, with kindness, the harmony, justice, the peace. You turn my footsteps to dancing. Oh, ever walk with me, Lord.
A million voices surround me. How can I hear when you call? As I mentioned last week in chapel, you will recognize grace because it begins and ends with love. And from the safety of that love, the foundation of knowing that you are loved, it is the voice that calls you forward. Not the voice of easy answers and self-justification, but the voice that engages the kingdom that comes. The voice that asks the hard questions of faith. The voice that asks the questions of peace and justice. The voice that speaks from your passion and wonders, what can I do with my life, my education, my desires? What can I do that will make a difference? It is the voice of critical thinking and imagination that will give birth to new and creative ways that God will transform the world in, with, and through love.